Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. So we've got Andrea off the list. Next name up on the list is Barry. When's that going to happen? Well, who knows, because things have gotten very quiet in the tropics. Once again, about the only thing that you see is this complex of showers and storms across the western Caribbean. But you've got that strong wind shear and conditions just aren't favorable at this time to see anything develop down here. But of course, we'll always watch it. Things change over time. But as you look across the Gulf, things are quiet. Looking all the way out into the Atlantic, have a lot of that dry Saharan dust. So everything remains quiet across the Atlantic. So we're still looking at that same message that we've seen so much so far this season, which is always a good thing to be talking about. No tropical formation expected over the next 7 days. Now, on the flip side of that, it's been a completely different story in the Eastern Pacific. We've already had 5 named systems in the Eastern Pacific. This is Invest 95, and this is likely to become our next named system. Now, right now, putting about a 40% chance of development over the next couple of days, 80% chance over the next 7 days. More than likely, this is going to take more than those 2 days. So we're going to be watching this into the weekend as conditions gradually become more favorable for development. But you can certainly see that big uptick in the convection with this area. So you look at the Fox model, here's that center that's been located by the Hurricane Center at this point. And you watch as we go through time, you are seeing more organization with this, but the idea is it's still fairly slow. Now the Fox model pushes this a little bit further to the north, much closer to the coastline of Mexico, and some of the land interactions could tend to slow this down or really have some big effects on this as we go into next week. So big question will end up being, how conducive does the environment become? And exactly where does this track? Because if it tracks more towards the north, it really lessens its chances to develop. If it stays more offshore, we have a better chance of this developing. So here we are looking at the European in white. We've got the European AI model, and then we have the GFS. And again, here we are at that starting point. Notice as we go through the next couple of days. Here we are heading into tomorrow, into Friday, still a very broad circulation, very broad area of low pressure, not seeing much in the way of organization through Friday. Heading into Saturday, now we're starting to see maybe a little bit more definite center of this, at least as far as low pressure, but still I think it's fairly disorganized at that point. Heading through Sunday, heading into Monday, and eventually Tuesday, and now we're starting to see more signs of a deepening system, maybe a little bit more organization, and notice at least with these models keeping it a little bit further to the south so it keeps it offshore, which gives it a better opportunity to develop. So bottom line is it's going to take some time, and a big key to this will be exactly how this moves closer or further away from Mexico as we head through the weekend and into next week. We'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.